Welcome. Welcome to this June 21st, 2026 YouTube live stream. I'm your host, Justin Mack with McDermott Media here at the Freedom Podcast. It's the first day of summer, the longest day of the year. We got a big show for you today. Welcome to this June 21st, 2026 YouTube live stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Big show. Police fired. Get lawsuit live. Police fired. Get lawsuit live. Boots on the ground. Going to one of our representatives out in the field, my twin brother, Jason Sane, out there on the front lines. Darren, welcome. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everyone watching these YouTube live streams. Keeper, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for watching. Got a big show for you today. More police officers fired. More police officers fired. Jackson area police officer fired after being criminally charged with perjury misconduct. Blackman Leone Township Police Force. Police officer facing 2 felony charges has now been fired from his job. Police officer David Lubon was fired with cause from Blackman Leone Police Force. This comes after criminal charges were issued by the Michigan Attorney General's office and a complete internal investigation by the force. Police officer Lubon was charged with 1 felony count of perjury, 1 count of misconduct in office. Wow. Dirty cop finally caught up with him. We got more dirty Blackman Leone cops. Blackman Leone police officer and 5 police officers ended a homeless man. Opened fire on a homeless man. Unarmed homeless man. Dirty prosecutors rule officers were justified in ending the unarmed suspect. 5 police officers who ended a unarmed homeless man who was cold for the crime of being cold, homeless, and hungry was ruled justified by the Dirty tiny hat prosecutor, Jarzinkowitz. Jarzinkowitz, the tiny hat prosecutor protecting all these IDF soldiers. Blackman Leone, police officer, Chandler Fritt, James Pruce, Jackson County Sheriff Deputy Archie Wickham, Jackson City Police Officer David Renteria, Peter Postma, all discharged their weapons, firing nearly 100 rounds into the unarmed homeless man, Kenneth Townley. Say his name, Kenneth Townley. Say his name, Kenneth Townley. Coward police officer, afraid of his own shadow. Blackman Leone police officer Chandler Fritt, now a sergeant, promoted to sergeant after ending this homeless guy. Make him feel good about himself. Fritt told the homeless man, Townley, at least 4 times to put his hands out of his pocket. He was saying, put your hands out of your pocket. Put your hands out of your pocket. Like they were giving him all these conflicting statements. One officer was saying something else. The way he was saying it, put your hands out of your pocket. The guy heard, all he heard was put your hands in your pocket, put your hands in your pocket. He was saying conflicting statements. The guy was confused. Guy pulls his hands out of his pockets, and this coward cop, Chandler Fritt, unloaded on him. Him and 5 other cops unloaded on him. Now 2 of these cops are, one of the cops ended his own self. Archie Wickham, he's dead now. He's no longer around. He ended his own self. He was on a drunken binge at his home and ended himself. Couldn't live with himself anymore after all the corruption he took place in as a career as a cop with a Jackson County sheriff, as a dirty cop. Now this cop Chandler Fritt with Blackman Leone, he got promoted as a sergeant. He ended one person, nearly ended another person over a $20 counterfeit bill. Nearly ended me. Dirty cop nearly ended me when he was a rookie cop. I knew he was going to go on and kill somebody. It was less than 6 months later, Chandler Fritt went and killed this homeless guy after he nearly killed me. He pulled the same thing on me. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. I was unarmed. He had his hand on his gun ready to end me. I knew he was going to go kill somebody. Less than 6 months later, he went and killed a homeless guy, him and 4 other dirty cops. One of the cop killed himself, Wickham. David Renteria, allegedly on the Tate cop, he retired. Like a week later, he retired from the force. And then the tiny hat prosecutor, Jarzinkowitz, just made it all disappear, made it all go away. Corruption runs deep in Jackson, Michigan. Dangerous, dirty cops. Anyone who has an interaction with Chandler Fritt, beware. He's a dangerous psycho cop, mentally ill psycho cop. Completely deranged. Completely lost his mind. Like Archie Wickham, like David Renteria. Like Postma, he's probably right there. He's retired, I believe. Postma. They all end the guy and then they go out with a bang. How about that? These city cops go out with a bang, go out and end this homeless guy, and then they retire week later. I mean, it's sick. It's disgusting. Could you imagine being one of the kids of these parents, one of these kids of these cops? They went out and ended people. You won't have to do that as an auditor. You won't have to do that as a YouTube creator, content creator. You don't have to end any homeless people for not following orders, for not putting their hand out of their pocket. When it's freezing cold out, this homeless guy's been freezing outside all winter. Just wants to keep his hands warm, cold, hungry, homeless. 5 cops show up to help him out. They really helped him, didn't they? They helped him right into his grave. Kenneth Townley, say his name, Kenneth Townley. I knew Chandler Fritt was going to go kill somebody within less than 6 months after he nearly ended me for wanting to see my hands. Show me your hands. Less than 6 months later, he killed an unarmed homeless guy. I knew he would. I tried reaching out to the chief of police, Blackman Leone Police Force. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to listen to me. They think they know it all because they go through a 6-week academy, no education, just low IQ cops. Now most of them are foreigner cops. Officer Mohammed, Officer Singh, Officer Abdullah. I knew they wouldn't listen to me. He went on and ended a homeless guy. Luckily for him, the tiny hat prosecutor, the non-Christian prosecutor, Jerry Jew Zinkowitz covered up for him, made it all disappear, made it all go away, ruled it to be a justified protecting and defending their own tiny hats. We'll expose them. We'll expose them. Jackson County full of corruption. Lawsuit. Sheriff discharged firearm in the courthouse while his secretary was nearly ending the life of his secretary. Jackson County Sheriff Stephen Rand discharged a gun in the courthouse, nearly killing his secretary. No charges. Just all disappeared. The city police, they're normally the ones who handle all cases in the courthouse to prevent any, to keep it all fair. They don't want any issues. Where were they at? Not a single one of the 100+ city police officers. They wanted to make a report on it. They all covered up. They were all complicit. They all conspired with Sheriff Rand to cover up. Same with all the sheriff deputies. Same with the secretary who nearly got killed by Sheriff Rand when he accidentally discharged. I hope she doesn't have a job still. Why wasn't she charged for covering it up? So nearly 200 police officers, not one county cop, not one city cop could make a report on it. They all are complicit. Every single one covered up for the county sheriff. Dirty cop, Sheriff Rand, who was later sued for nearly $1 million lawsuit it cost the taxpayers. Now this dirty cop teaches CPL classes, gun safety classes, after he nearly ended his secretary inside the courthouse. You can't make this up. I wouldn't want to take a class from him. He doesn't know a single thing about gun safety, firearm safety. He's a danger to the public. He's a danger with his Second Amendment rights. As a First Amendment auditor, Second Amendment auditor, we never nearly ended anyone. I got banned and trespassed from the courthouse, had my picture posted up all over the courthouse, trying to shame me in society. All for recording, documenting the truth, exposing a prosecutor's office, a judicial office ripe with corruption. I got banned and trespassed, had my picture plastered all over, had my house raided at 7 in the morning on a Sunday morning by Sheriff Steve Rand's outfit, dirty criminal outfit. As he was on his way out for corruption, he wanted to raid my house for see what he could find. Him and his dirty cops like Sam Sukovich, like Jacobson, dirty cops. Jackson County sheriff deputies just following orders. They're not out arresting any illegal aliens, any foreign invaders that flooded Jackson, Michigan by the tens of thousands. That dirty, corrupt judges, radical activist judges like Allison Bates-Stein, straight from Sacramento, California, somehow got placed in Jackson, Michigan by George Soros. I hope the voters remember that. We, the people, remember that when it comes time to vote out this tyrant judge, Allison Bates-Stein, that likes to flood Jackson, Michigan with thousands of third worlders from Iraq, from Somalia, from Venezuela, from India. All the Pajeets from Punjabi, India. All the rape jeets from New Delhi, India. We got to get them all out. Mass deportations. We can't rely on the police to help us. The police are arresting the white Christian Native American, forcing us to stand down for exercising our First Amendment rights. As an auditor, as a cop watcher, the police will arrest you, not the foreign invader from Somalia, not Mohammed from Somalia, not Ahmed Singh from India. They're going to arrest you, the American citizen, the white Christian Native American, for blowing the whistle on it, for blowing the whistle on their leaders, their city leaders, their county leaders, the radical activist judges like Allison Bates-Stein, Michael Clarence Stein, prosecutors, these feminist prosecutors like Guernsey, black DEI judges, their new DEI, black feminist judges. The only white Christian male judges they had left, they finally forced him out and he got replaced by a woman. And then she got replaced by a black woman. I guarantee they're all non-Christian. They're all tiny hat non-Christian. One's a Muslim, one's a Jewish judge. All the Christian judges are being forced out. I say if you're not a Christian, you can't be a judge. You can't interpret rule of law at the highest levels, Christian rule of law. Then you have Dearborn, Michigan. They have their own separate court systems out there, Sharia courts. They have their Christian rule of law courts and their Sharia judges, Sharia courts. There's a different rule of law in Michigan, two-tier justice in Michigan. You've got the Muslims, they're allowed to have as many wives as they want. They can start reproducing with their women, their girls, when they become fertile, not when some Jewish 75-year-old lawmaker says they're fertile at 18 years old. That's all designed to make sure all you white Christians don't reproduce. You can't even reproduce with your women until they're past their fertile years, till they're 30 or 40. By the time they're 18, they already got 20 bodies deep, 20 D's deep in them, 100 bodies. Their insides are all not what they should be. Michigan's two-tier justice system with their Sharia law system, all these Muslims, why do you think they have so many children? Have such big families, much bigger families than Christians. It's because they can start reproducing with their women when God says they're fertile, not when some Jewish lawmaker says they're fertile. God says they're fertile. Sometimes they're fertile, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe younger, maybe older. All you Christians, you're not even allowed to reproduce with your women until they're past their fertile ages, till they're all dried and cracked up, empty egg cartons. And then the educational system, the system's beating it in their heads not to have kids till they're 30 or 40. Go out and be a boss babe. Go out and work in the professional field instead of being at home in the kitchen, barefoot, making babies like you should be. Then you got places like Jackson, Michigan, talking about how their population went up for the first time in 70 years. Well, gee, I wonder why. Because I've been blowing the whistle for years now about the massive foreign invasion. It's because all the illegal aliens, all the foreign invaders flooding Jackson, Michigan that were put here by traitor, radical activist judges like Allison Batestein, Michael Clarenstein, prosecutors like Jerry Jew Zinkowitz. You know, if all you white Christians would rise up and organize, become tribal like you are for this ridiculous World Cup soccer, for all your sports ball, you go out, you have your big parties, throw your big parties, you tribalize up, you organize up for all this ridiculous, the most low IQ sports you can come up with, soccer, football. You can organize for that, but you can't organize to throw out all the massive foreign invasion in your country. You can't organize together, rally up to take on the corruption in government, all the foreign cops in the police force, all the foreign invaders in your community. You can't organize and rally together for that, but you can organize for some ridiculous, stupid sports ball game. That's all foreign invaders. Look at the World Cup, USA World Cup team. They're all foreign invaders. Not a single white Christian on the team, I don't believe. It's not just all the judges in America, all the police officers becoming foreigners, becoming non white Christians. These people, they're afraid someone will point the finger at them and call them a racist. Oh, somebody might call you a racist. Oh, no. Well, a lot of you got to be worried about that. All you wages out there working your 9 to 5, slaving your life away to pay all those taxes for all the foreign invaders so they can pay in for all that fraud, that Somali fraud. I don't know how you do it. I can't do it. I've been erased and replaced from most of society. I can't get out there and do it. When you've got a voice like mine, when you speak the truth about what's going on, you use your First Amendment rights, your Second Amendment rights, you become unhireable. So I don't suggest you go out and speak like I do. All you college students, all you out there working your 9 to 5s, you can't speak like I speak. You'd become unhireable like I am. It doesn't matter what degrees you have, how many degrees, how high your education is. Multiple degrees. I've got multiple college degrees from some of the most prestigious institutions. I'm still unhireable as a white Christian Native American. If your name's not Singh, if your name's not Ahmed, Mohammed, Abdullah, you're not getting a job. But you got to toe the line. Don't speak out like me. Let me be your voice. Help support me. Collector, you're wrong. He didn't. Collector's wrong once again. The police officer's wrong once again. I've got you cops stirred up. You can't leave my channel alone. You want to harass me, try to erase me like you did Kenneth Townley. It won't happen. I'm not going to let you erase and replace me like you did Kenneth Townley. Sorry. We support the good police officers, but they're few and far between now. Police officers nowadays, they're not your father's police officers. They're foreign cops. I'm hearing it on the big channels now. I'm hearing it on these big podcasters that got millions of followers. They're even starting to talk about it, how the new police force in America is Officer Mohammed, Officer Singh from Iraq, from India, from Afghanistan. We were all lied to over in Fallujah, in the Battle of Fallujah 2006, told we were over here fighting Iraqis over here so we didn't have to fight them on our own soil. And now 20 years later, they just flooded our communities with military age men from Iraq that all of them hate America. And then on top of it, I got to battle all these traitors. I got to battle people who want to come after me for speaking the truth. It's not enough that I've been erased from society. Now they want to completely erase me off the social media, and I got people coming after me. It's just the way it is. It never stops. I'll never give up. I'll never quit. I appreciate your comments, Collector. I appreciate you coming in, leaving your comments. I don't agree with them all, but that's all right. You don't agree with all my statements, and the world will continue to go around. But yeah, back to Dearborn, Michigan, and their Sharia law, Sharia courts, Sharia judges. Literally thousands of Iraqis, foreign invaders were gathering in Dearborn, Michigan, Jackson, Michigan, gathering, celebrating Iraq's soccer team for the World Cup in America. I mean, you can't make this up. Michigan's been conquered. Michigan fully submitted to Sharia law, to Islam, to the Islamification. And if you try to stand up to it as a white Christian, these cops are going to arrest you. These police officers will arrest you. Yeah, it sounds like you were fooled by the narrative that the police, the prosecutors, and the fake news media, you were fooled by it. That's okay. You were tricked by it. That's what they do. That's what those tiny hats, the Jewish media, the IDF police officers, they've been tricking people, deceiving people for hundreds of years now. That's all they do is lie, deceive, and trick you. The tiny hats, you were tricked into believing this homeless man did something before this happened. You were tricked to believe that. Just like many people were tricked, deceived, lied to about COVID for all those years. How my channel, I had videos removed, I was banned, I was erased and replaced, while foreign invaders could hijack my content for profit. They could rape my original content for profit because I spoke up about it. I blew the whistle on it. Just like I do about dirty cops. Like Chandler Fritt, dirty cops like Archie Wickham, who ended himself. He was such a dirty cop. Dirty cops like David Renteria ended a guy, then retired a week later. Unarmed homeless guy. We'll keep exposing them. We'll keep exposing them for all to see. Yeah, no cops allowed on this channel unless you're out there arresting some foreign illegal aliens. I don't need cops coming on the channel trying to harass and collect from me, trying to erase and replace me on my own YouTube channel. Now, I've got some good police officers. There's a small percentage that come on here occasionally, but for the most part, they're hard to find. They're very few and far between. You know, they're out to erase and replace the white Christian Native American. They're not out there arresting Mohammed. They're not out there arresting Ahmed Singh. That's why you need to do your part instead of rallying up, organizing up for this ridiculous sports ball, this World Cup soccer that any retard, the most low IQ sport in the world, that any third world, fourth world retards can run around in circles and kick a ball around. That's why it's so popular, that any low IQ retard can do it. If all you white Christians want to rally up, organize for that, why don't you do yourself real justice and rally up, organize for something that's real important, a real just cause, like your culture, like your blood, like your soil. Protect your blood, protect your culture, protect your Christian identity from the foreign invasion, the illegal alien invaders that flooded your community, that made Michigan completely unrecognizable. Because the police won't do it. The police are only there to hold you down, hold you back. The police are there weaponized against you, the white Christian Native American, so they can force their foreign invaders down your throat. They'll arrest you. You know, we really could support them if they were there helping support the battle, the fight against the invasion. But the police force, the judges, the prosecutors, the politicians, they're all there in support of the foreign invaders from Iraq, from Somalia, from Afghanistan. They're not on our side in the battle for freedom. They're not on our side for the battle to restore America. It's just like Belfast, Ireland. When is America going to rise up and have their white George Floyd moment? They're too busy organizing, rallying, and partying for their ridiculous, stupid World Soccer Cup games. They won't rally and organize for something that actually means something, like protecting their culture, protecting their blood, protecting their Christian identity from the massive foreign invasion perpetrated by the tiny hats. Well, we'll do our part. We'll continue to rise up, stand by, expose the truth. We'll continue to do your part. I'm just asking you do your part. Continue to show your support. Smash that like tab, smash that subscribe tab if you're new here. So thankful, so grateful for each and every one of you joining us here on these YouTube live streams. I thank you for watching. Consider a super chat donation. Consider becoming a member to help show your support. You're at Freedom News Now. Watch those members only videos. Cops fired for big mistake. You won't be disappointed. Ja, welcome. Go watch some of our other published videos. You like those First Amendment audits, Cop Watch, insane Karen videos, Karen freakout videos. We've got hundreds of those. Go watch some of our other published videos. Help show your support. All about police officers fired, get lawsuit, live. Or police officers fired. Jackson area police officer fired after being criminally charged with perjury, lying on the stand. Blackman Leone Township Police Force officer charged with 2 felonies, now fired from his job. After being exposed by a First Amendment auditor, police officer Lubon was fired. First Amendment auditor blew the whistle on the corruption and lying. Now the First Amendment auditor focuses his efforts on the dirty, corrupt prosecutor, now Judge Allison Batestein, who was fired. We'll get him out. We'll get that dirty prosecutor out. Aiding and abetting, harboring and concealing the illegal invasion in Jackson, Michigan. Could be your city next, your town next. Where they dump off a California lawyer in your small town to destroy it with mass migration from the third world. We'll do our best to expose it. Blow the whistle. We're going to wrap this live stream up, and that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe for police accountability, civil rights education, YouTube videos. I'll see you on the next one. I was going to touch base partly on the Juneteenth holiday and how it's a holiday for in the hood. They only created Juneteenth for the hood because they put it around Father's Day because there's no fathers. It's the loneliest day in the hood, Father's Day. And this live stream with a joke. That's not a joke. It's the truth. Father's Day is the loneliest day in the hood. They're all locked away in a prison cell or they don't know who their daddy is. So they had to create a holiday, call it Juneteenth around Father's Day to make all the blacks happy down in the hood, give them something to celebrate. What a scam. Just another day to give handouts to the blacks. They have a big handout fest down in the city park, downtown in the city to give more free handouts to all the blacks. Then they turn the cameras on and try to make it look like, oh, look at all the support for Juneteenth. Look at it, the show of support. In reality, nobody would be down there if it wasn't all the free handouts. The blacks wouldn't be down there. That's the only reason why they're all down there, so they can get more free handouts that's paid for by the same people paying for it all. So, happy Father's Day to y'all. Juneteenth. Ridiculous. We're going to wrap it up with that. On that note, we'll leave it at that. Protect your blood, protect your culture, protect your Christian identity. Christ is King. America first, America only. Restore America.